Hey there, guys. Good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. By the time I'll upload this, it's gonna be midnight, so time is around 11:45, 50, and I'm having a little bit of emergency situation. Mentioned in my video that this is a pretty bad cut that I have from my brand new knife. It is almost like a butcher's knife, man. I didn't have any clue how sharp it was. I think it is pure metal and very sharp. So I was trying to cut some mangoes and stuff. Suddenly, boom! Like huge cut, like from here all the way to here. The I could see my nice little flesh could make a steak out of me. Sorry about that. So today I have already finished a review on other, yet once again, Ahmed Al Maghribi. As you can see, I'm still with the same simple setup. I haven't brought my perfumes yet, so I have a few only at the background. I don't know how long it's gonna take because it's a very daunting task. I always say that. Let's see how long it takes, but I'm still trying to get essential things for the house, fill it up, and trying to survive. Very tiring every day, but I'm enjoying it. Every challenge is nice and comes from God, right? It tests you. So yeah, this is I'm taking it as a test, but what you want to do. So late night, I forget to put scent of the night. I'm wearing this one, the new buy. This is called 24. It's called Leave Another Day. Okay, I'll talk about it. This is from 24 Cent Story, I think. It's a test unit, right? So I don't have a cap or bottle, or I mean box, but this is a pretty nice fragrance. I'll talk about it soon. So I'm wearing that. Let's see when I can review this. So I just want to talk about something like fragrance related, life wise. And I was very overwhelmed when I talked about my new house. Some of you like, hey, bro, maybe you have showing the house. Why didn't you show the house? It's not complete yet. Furniture's yet to arrive. So my room, I focused on my room. I have quite a few rooms, 3 rooms. So those I don't know how I'm going to utilize. It's a big house, but thanks to God Almighty for everything. This is what first thing I want to say for making life easier for me. Could have been much worse challenge. I got a really nice place. It's clean, well lit. Sometimes if I'm not busy, I'll try to do review on the daytime. You'll see lighting is good. So the blood amount I lost, it's a pretty huge. So that's why I look a little bit pale. My eyes and everything look pale. uh, yeah, but so far, yeah, I'm bringing in food, drinks, water, whatever I feel is necessary. First aid kit. you know so I want to talk about something. There's a particular topic that I have covered many times. Since I do not have the list today, I still want to do a morning thoughts episode. Let's do 2 videos. So this video I want to talk about, I don't know how long this is going to run, but I want to talk about fragrance addiction. How bad is an addiction? And I'm sorry if suddenly, like, sometimes this area has a power outage issue, suddenly goes away. If it happens, I'll pause the video. I'll continue after the electricity comes back. But if that happens, I am sorry. So it rained pretty much whole day yesterday, today. Suddenly, I just went out to buy some food. Suddenly, boom! Out of nowhere, it's just started raining cats and dogs. It's like big, big drops, and you go like a run, and there's like no cover near you. I got really soaked today, man. I hope I don't catch a fever. So I came back, cleaned the house and all that, ate dinner. So trying to fix everything. So I thought what topic I would do. So fragrance addiction, any addiction that is a bad thing. You guys know that addiction is an extreme level of certain things. Let's say you like to eat, but if you're addicted to food, what's going to happen is you keep eating every day, like every food possible. You're eating like 10, 12 times late night. So you're continuously eating, just filling yourself up. And then you eat like a lot of, like, too much meat. Anything is too much is bad, right? That's a general understanding. Most people, they live in moderation to stay healthy, to be happy. So when it comes to fragrance game, I notice a lot of things with reviewers or group members. I pick up real life example, inspiration from people who say like, I bought this fragrance based on, let's say, this hype, and I'm disappointed. You reviewed, like, people tell me on my channel, Joy, you reviewed this, but it don't work for me. It did not meet my expectation. So then I understand, I feel bad, but this is how fragrance game is. To someone it's treasure, someone feels it's a trash, because their choices are different. Some people have, like, they like oranges, some people like apples. This example, classic example. Some people like summer, some people like cold weathers, right? Some people like heavy fragrances, oud, rose, and some people say, man, I just love only freshies, right? Who are you gonna blame? Let's say I have few examples here. Polo blue is my favorite. At the same time, I like so many things like Armani Code, Ultra Male. This is few of the amouages. So I have few types that I like. I actually try to like as much as possible. I am not very picky, but yeah, some fragrances smell like particularly too floral, headache inducing, too much skank, too much animalic notes. or let's say too much of, like, aquatic fragrance is too feminine. Personally, I avoid them. So this is my choice, right? I enjoy more or less, you can say, on roughly 75%. So why do I buy so many fragrances? Some of the fragrances, some people say, why do you buy that? Maybe something like Overture, it's not a very wearable perfume. I still am understanding the fragrance, but what happens is I bought it for a few reasons. Hype. Second thing is I wanted to have it. I do decanting. People may want a decant, or I want to just own it. Maybe in future I'll understand it, right? So these are possible reasons. Or just maybe want to show off. Different people have different agenda. But the whole purpose of collection involves a lot of things. I want to be a collector. Let's say you want to be a collector, and you keep buying whatever you see is being hyped or brand new. Let's say Amouage, Creed, whatever they release, you collect every single one of them. Parfum de Marly, you collect every one of them. Before you notice, 2 3 years time, what's going to happen is you're going to have huge collection. And that is when we lost track of fragrances. My old house, I have everything in boxes. Just give you an example. Small room, I have about 7 boxes worth of perfume, and outside I got few hundred. So I used to own like around 2,700 perfumes. Okay, then I sell off, sell off, sell off. I finished. I let them go. Even then, or so, 1,000 plus. Okay, roughly. When I see my list of decants, then I know I have about 800 there or 700 something, and then some few more I don't decant. So around those are like 30 something. So 1,000 plus now. That's a big number. So most of them, I feel like the many of them that I love, like I feel I'm gonna use, I reach for, I rotate. But their fragrances in rotation, they get lost in rotation in time. These are fragrances when you open certain boxes, like that Lacoste is there still. I did not know it existed. It's full. Never gonna use it. Don't use it. Don't decant it. Every way possible, it's a waste in a way, just because you feel like I want to own that bottle just to make it look nice. Let's say Azaro's Wild Mint. You like the juice color, okay? Example. But you don't really reach for the fragrance. Funny example. I do love Pure Malt. Thierry Mugler, one of my favorite fragrance when I started my journey. But as time went by, there was a hard shift for me. Like initially, I could not decide between Pure Malt or Pure Havan. Now I love Pure Heaven so much more than Pure Malt. I sold off my Pure Malt bottle. I let it go for a very high price. But I just realized I love Pure Heaven. Pure Malt is not very wearable. It's a very chocolatey, boozy, sweet, very special occasion perfume. And sometimes I get that hint of alcohol, which is the boozy note. And it's not my most favorite thing because I feel like too much. Thierry Mugler, Amen, Pure Tonka, Pure Malt, these are too sweet. So as time progresses, your nose matures, your like liking towards certain fragrances changes. You like something so much, then in the past suddenly you don't like it so much. This happens. So sometimes you are into Middle Eastern perfumes, then designer, then niche, then you go for indie, then you like other soils. There is phase, right? And then imagine you want to have everything. You want to own every single fragrance. That's when the problem of addiction starts. You just want to own because of sake of owning. Then you run out of space. If you have problem remembering how many fragrances you have, if someone asks you and you cannot tell, that's when the addiction is real. So how bad is addiction? It's pretty bad because it involves not only your space, it also involves your money. You sacrifice so much of your money. I'm selling bottles like cheap, right? But I just realized I lost track of how much money I spent. I could have done so many more things in life, but I decided I chose this thug life. So I want to do reviewer. I want to be a reviewer. I want to create content. I want to do anything like Ahmed Al Maghribi. I just did. I don't know as many reviews on this. I want to create content. That's why I buy Ahmed Al Maghribi, this one, Aqua with no review on that. I feel proud. Okay. But if you're not a reviewer, if you're not a content creator, you just want to buy and then you just hoarding, just collecting and you just like keep buying. That's something I would tell you as a fragrance reviewer, as whatever I do as a collector, don't do it. Later you'll regret and you really hate this game. You guys know this already, but I don't want you to buy everything. Buy the stuff you really enjoy. You do a lot of research and you crave for it. Like, I really want this. Okay. That time it's okay, but it's not possible. Let's say there are 10 brands of cars: Audi, BMW, Mercedes, Jaguar, Bentley, you name it, 10 brands. You want all 10 cars. Okay. If you are filthy rich, no problem. You have huge house, bungalow. But if you have an apartment, you have only, let's say, maximum of 2 parkings. Then you keep paying for other parkings to get, how many cars you can drive in a day, right? It's a different automobile, is a different, like a segment or area. Watches different. Some people say you already have like let's say 100 watches, how many more watches you need? There's no answer to that, right? So in that way you can justify, but if you're not reaching for it, let's say the car will not run, it will die, the battery will die, the car maybe will not be as good, it will be spoiled, right? Some of the watches, automatic watches, if you don't, this is not automatic, this is normal, but automatic watches you don't wear because it involves winding, then you have to like unscrew, screw. So some people don't like that process. For me, I find it painful. You have to adjust the date, all that, and you keep buying automatic watches but you don't wear them. It's a waste. Okay, this is my 2 cents. Okay, so any addiction that is never good. Whatever you feel like I'm addicted to, like helping people, and you help so much, it's a good thing, it's a good deed. But the problem is, if you have debts, let's say, you try to understand what I'm saying. Let's say people, you owe money to people and you never pay them, but you do good deeds, you go hajj, you go pilgrimage, and you go do good things, but you actually don't pay people back. And that way, I feel it's not right, right? So do your dues first, do the must haves first, take care of your needs, and then when you can, then you should help. That is also blessing from God, you get rewards. End of the day, fragrance game, whatever game, it may become like so close to you, like more than ever, but it also can become a regret. Many people regret it. I know people, they have literally filled up their house rooms, thousands of perfumes. They don't reach for it, they don't sell it, they don't decant it, they also don't use it, they lost the interest, they don't buy anymore. So you feel sad seeing that, right? So I will tell you, I'm sorry, those sounds people say, do not, we don't hear it that much. I hear it, so it bothers me. I think also you hear it, but it's okay. You get used to the new place. So basically, and how I'm going to finish this is, this is my process. If I see a perfume being released, I see the price tag, and I see the perfume brand, I see the fragrance's worth. And if I feel it's way overpriced, I'll never ever pay, unless something is, I'm just crazy about it. Like let's say they release ultra male intense is there, right? So they make ultra male parfum or something like that, that is even better than Le Male Parfum. I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy a 200 ml because I bought Elixir. So some lines I'm weak for, but you cannot be weak for possibly for everything, right? So if you find something is justifiable and you really want it or need it, whatever, but you really do your research. Then when you buy it, you do not regret, oh man, what a waste. That's the worst feeling in the world, right? So I will request you, do your research, see the notes, see what people buy and say, a little bit patience, and do not blind buy, try to sniff it out. And then if you really get it, that time you know the whole process was done right, research was done right, and you are satisfied with your purchase, right? If you buy like that, I'm pretty sure you will be a more, how to say, sensible or smart collector rather than buying everything, right? And another suggestion I'll give you, last suggestion, if you have too many fragrances, some you don't reach for, let them go. Let those find new houses, new address. Some of the people will enjoy them. If you are not wearing them, let someone else wear it, right? Do not be hanging on to stuff like with your dear life, okay? In that way, you will recover a lot of money. You can, you feel like it's a rotation. If you just keep 50, and if you buy one more, sell one, right? In that way, you maintain the balance. Thank you so much for watching. Just want to do one more video because I cannot do so much work, but hopefully this was a good topic for you and it will be helpful. Take care, and I saying good night from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Bye bye.